Listen, we're talking about mistakes, honey. We're talking about the 5 top mistakes YouTubers make. And these are mistakes YouTubers, for whatever reason, don't talk about. I don't know why. I'm here to address them for you, especially if you decided you're gonna be starting a YouTube channel this year. Period. I'm gonna go over mistakes that I've made. I'm gonna go over what I've learned after taking that YouTube program and actually working and talking to people that work for YouTube and understanding what to really look out for and prevent you from making these mistakes. Make sure you watch from start to finish. That way you feel more confident about starting your YouTube channel this year. Your girl's talking from experience with some of these. I was just like, ooh. Okay, here we go. And we're gonna start off with tip number 5 because this is the tip I have not heard anybody talk about, and it's within reason. And I get it because everybody wants to make money. Tip number 5 is not to sign up for subscriptions if you are starting off from the beginning. The reason why I'm speaking to the creator that is just starting out is because it's really important not to overwhelm yourself with subscription-based services if you're not consistent. That's just the harsh truth. If you're not consistent enough, these subscriptions are gonna charge you every single month. Automatic payments that are being deducted from your credit card, and you're not utilizing it as much as you should because you're not at a consistent flow on your channel. And I feel a lot of creators don't talk about this online because with being a creator, sometimes you will have opportunities to have paid partnerships with these subscription-based services, which is great. I'm really speaking to the creators that are just starting out. If you are a creator that is watching this and has been making money by doing content and stuff like that, and you have budget for these subscription-based services, then great, because now we are in a cycle where your business is generating money and you want to invest back into the business, which is great. But if you are starting off, it can be super overwhelming, and every single service provider sounds perfect. I'm speaking to a lot of the subscription-based services that you could be getting for free. For instance, a great example is Canva. Canva is perfect. It has a lot of free features that you could use, but there's also Canva Pro, which is something that you have to pay for every month. It's about $20 every month right now. However, I'm not necessarily saying that Canva Pro is not the way to go. It's great, it's phenomenal. But if you're just starting off, really consider using the free version for as long as you can until your channel starts to generate money. Another easy subscription-based service that you could avoid paying for from the beginning is music. Music subscriptions are incredible. However, I think a lot of people forget that YouTube also has an audio library that is completely free. The music that I'm using in my videos, in the video that I'm recording right now for ambient background music, is literally from YouTube's audio library. So you can filter out the type of mood, the genre, the sort of vibe that you want for your background music, download it as an MP3, and then add it over to whatever software you're using to edit, and then have that as your background. Once you get to a consistent flow on your channel, by all means, definitely sign up for these subscriptions, especially Canva Pro. I'm a huge advocate for that. They really have better fonts and better features like removing your background, having a drop shadow effect and things like that when you use Canva Pro. I absolutely love it, but I only can justify my subscription-based services because I'm being consistent and I'm showing up week after week. Which leads me to mistake number 4, an intro. I've been guilty of this because I've spent so much energy on creating an intro for my channel that it took me away from creating content for my channel. What I really want you guys to understand is people aren't searching for your intro, they are searching for the video, the content that you're making. I think you have to remind yourself of that every single time you think, oh, I can't start my video, I can't start my YouTube channel until I have my intro ready. No, get that out of your head. Think about it like this: when you watch Netflix, are you more inclined to hit skip intro? Or are you watching the intro every single time you play an episode of the show you want to watch? You hit skip intro, honey. We all do. The amount of energy you put into creating your intro, harness that energy towards creating your thumbnail. The thumbnail is what gets people to your videos. The thumbnails are what's really key, and I find more important than the intro to begin with, period. And trust me, I used to do that a lot. I used to be like, oh, intro for the new year, intro for the new season, da 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 da. No, it's also something that could be hurting your videos. So say for instance, if the intro is about 5 or 8 seconds long, and you're trying to get somebody hooked into your video in the first 10 seconds, there's a huge chunk of that time being gone by your intro. What? I don't want somebody to click away from my video. Let's move on to mistake number 3. I did not know this, but after doing the YouTube program and like actually being in conversations with people from YouTube, I'm actually shocked at the amount of times people have said that they've started a channel or created a channel, it didn't work out, so they made a brand new channel. And I'm just like, whoa, have I been doing this wrong the entire time? I've only had this channel from day one. You're not giving it a chance. You're not letting it grow. After a few months or after a year, you're saying, okay, this channel is dead. I have to start a brand new account and create a brand new YouTube channel. Honestly, I was blown away. I was just like, how does that make any sense? The only time I would maybe create a secondary channel is once I've hit certain benchmarks and milestones of this channel. Once I've created and gained an audience that wants to see maybe an extension of my vlogs or an extension of my cooking or something to that effect. But please don't make the mistake of creating a brand new channel. Give your channel a chance. That leads me to the point of don't delay your start date. That is the biggest mistake. Next Monday, this weekend. No, girl, like, no. We're not doing that. We're not saying, oh, you know what, in January. Oh, you know what, summertime. That's when, like, no, girl. What? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, honey. Don't delay your start date. Start messy. The fact that I literally considered, I'm trying a new hairstyle. I don't know if you noticed. If you're a returning subscriber, then you would have. But I have inches now, and I don't know how to style my hair. And so I'm just like, do I delay this video from happening? And the answer is no, we're not delaying anything. We're gonna give this a real shot. Do you know what I mean? A bunch of you have commented that you are done with the excuses that you made up in your head, because excuses sound so sweet. Chef's kiss to the person that's making them, period. The mental gymnastics that happens in your mind to get you to a point where you're just like, yeah, that's right. I'm not gonna start until my birthday. Yep, that's it, that's the move. I'm not gonna start until this happens. Excuse you? What? Trust and believe, start messy, whatever the case may be, just start now, period. I'm literally talking to, obviously, a past version of Saie from like before, because I was like, I need to get the camera, I need to get the lights, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then it was just like, nothing happened. And it was crickets. And it only built frustration and more frustration and more frustration. And now it's just like, nah, I'm gonna try. Do a spot check before you hit record. I literally do that even now. I try to just look at what my background looks like, what I look like in front of the camera, because as I mentioned in previous videos, you need to look directly in the lens. Nothing grinds my gears when I'm watching a full YouTube video that I really like and the entire time I'm looking at myself, the viewfinder, because I find it very calming and it's a bit of a coping mechanism for my nerves and stuff like that. No, I am literally being so disengaged with you by doing that. And that's not the point. The idea is that, girl, we're having a chat. The best comment I've had is people feeling like they're on FaceTime with me. After getting those types of comments, I know I've done my job. Now you will catch me do one of these real quick, because I want to make sure it's still recording and the battery doesn't run out. So you will find me do this from time to time, but the entire video, see, I can't even like pretend like I can do that anymore, but I used to a lot when I first started out. But if you're first starting out, you're ahead of the game. You're not gonna do that, you're gonna look directly in the lens. Is this harsh? Girl, I don't know, maybe it's the Nespresso, I don't know. I need to drink some water. That tip made me look at the viewfinder, and I am kind of liking this hair. It was giving me such a hard time. Next tip is do not take breaks, honey. The worst thing that you can do for your channel is take breaks. Don't do it. And the best way to prevent you from taking breaks is time blocking. Time block your calendar and make a promise. Literally stay accountable. Get an accountability partner. Do what you need to do. You need to stay committed to posting at least once a week. That's it. You really need to be able to show up for yourself. That's the name of the game here. But also when it comes to the algorithm, you gotta look at the algorithm the same way you look at an audience. Let's say you made a commitment to do like an engagement, like a speaking engagement, and everybody's there. They're there on Sunday. They're just like, hey, Sunday at 11, Saie's supposed to be here, and I don't show up. People are gonna start walking away, honey. People are gonna be like, oh, she's not coming? Bye. Like when you're in university and the prof doesn't show up, after about 15 minutes, you're out of there. That means class is dismissed. Same goes for the algorithm. If you do not show up, it won't work in your favor because it's gonna work on somebody else's favor, somebody that is consistently showing up. As much as creators like to complain, oh, the algorithm's like this here, the algorithm's like that here, ratata-ratete, don't let excuses build up that prevent you from doing the thing that you need to do. That's just the bottom line.